What about the Russian mothers and sort of grandmothers, as we saw in what the Soviet operations in Afghanistan, and then with the Chechen wars? I think one of the biggest domestic pressures that no one really, but particularly the Kremlin, didn't anticipate was that motherly sort of love pressure of the loss of their young boys. Do you think that that could come? But it's been an omnipresent, I think, people for saying, "Oh, this is going to be a factor for the Kremlin to consider." But do you think that this could really become more of a pressure if we see the meat grinder, so to speak, really well becoming a thing in Kursk with conscripts as well?
That's a great question, and it's something I have tried to understand now for the last couple of years. At what point do Russian people say that's enough? I think this is not about their resilience. This is about a lethargy and a system where the people don't really matter that much.
Mm.
I don't think we're going to see something like the mothers from Afghanistan who were able to bring enough pressure on the government, because I think that the Kremlin has tried to avoid that sort of situation. The most of the people that they have recruited to join the military come from out in the much poorer ethnic regions of the Russian Federation, where for somebody out in one of these areas uh, gets a huge amount of money, relatively speaking, to come be a private in the Russian military. And if they get killed, the family, I hate to say it, profits from it. So you don't have a lot of funerals taking place in Moscow and St. Petersburg. When that starts happening, then I think you will see a change in the dynamic. But so far, they have been able to avoid recruiting too much out of the two major metropolitan areas.
Yeah, no, for sure. If you start sort of saying the more urban settled populations, that's when it really begins to change. I think the snow revolution of 2012, when we saw like those huge protests against the Putin restructuring of the constitution, is symbolic of that. And also I think it's different to like the Soviet time because it was the Soviet Union beginning to crumble. You had the internal dynamics. There was that ability to pressure the government in a way that Putin's hold on power is precarious at times, but still definitely not that fragile. But